Gordon Preston, which seems ludicrous, but he acquired the rights to the World Cup to show it on television in Michigan for
Oh,
$5,000.
wow.
$5,000, yes. I think it's probably cost you slightly more than that today. And
Just a bit.
we put on the World Cup at the Masonic Auditorium, and it, it only has about 3,500 seats, something
Mhm.
like that, and closed circuit TV. And we showed the first round game, and then we were going to show the final game. And on the Wednesday, they were playing the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Mhm.
So you didn't know until the Wednesday before the weekend who was going to be in the final. And
Mhm.
we hadn't sold any tickets. We didn't know who was going to be in the final. And we were sitting in the balcony of the auditorium at 3 o'clock on game day of the final of the event. Brazil were going to play Italy. And one of our guys, we couldn't see outside. One of our guys said, I'm going to go and see if I can sell the tickets I got left over, see if there's anybody interested in buying the tickets. And he came back ashen faced. He said, it's unbelievable. He said, there's thousands out there.
Wow.
He said, I'm going to get lynched if I have tickets. So he still had the tickets. And it was enormously successful. And the Brazilians and the Italians paraded downtown after the game was over. And one of us, I like to think it was me, but it probably wasn't, said the Silverdome is open now, opened in end of 75. Why don't we put a soccer game in there? And we kicked it around a little bit. And Gordon said well, he would call the New York Cosmos, where he knew Clive Toy.
Mhm.
And I would call Lamar Hunt at Dallas because I knew him through tennis. And we'll see if we can put the game on. And we met a couple of days later. And Gordon said, this is impossible. It's going to cost us thousands to put this game on.
Yeah.
New York Cosmos wanted 25 grand, and that was in the 70s. And,
Yeah.
we figured our total expenses would be about $80,000. No soccer game in Michigan had probably ever got revenue of more than $10,000 up to
Yep.
that. And he said, we can't do it. And I said, yeah, we can. And so I called a bunch of friends together at the Birmingham Athletic Club where I belong and made a presentation. And it was going very well, I thought, but there was one Italian there named Walter Santomini. He was a travel agent in Birmingham, and he was Italian. I thought he's perfect potential investor in this thing.
Yeah.
And he asked nothing but negative questions. He was really killing the tone of the meeting, and I thought we're doomed. And then a friend of mine named Mose Lane, who worked at Ford Tractor and had been in Europe and knew soccer from his days in Europe, said, well, I can't waste any more time sitting here. So put me down for 5,000. If there's anything left over, I'll take 10. And if not, I'll take 15.
Huh.
And we raised about $85,000 in the next 10 minutes.
Wow.
And so we were off and running.